3 o'clock. Now it's going live, looks fine. And go live. Yeah, I'm live. Now will be live. And so okay, so we are live now. And so people might be joining. So can everybody else keep this voice off so that we can start? So my friend Dr. Sitaraman and I will be hosting the meeting now, because our other friend was supposed to join in his he has some meeting with officials. So let's start the meeting, and then we have I will introduce you a bit. We should wait one or two more minutes. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay. So I try to go inside the presentation window. Okay. Okay, so we are live now. And so people might be joining. So can everybody else keep this voice off so that we can start. Okay. So video is coming up from the back. Okay, so let's get started. Everything looks fine. Okay, so start presentations. Let me see, where is my, okay, Maxim has left. Okay, so just now Professor Saudamini has joined. Welcome, madam.
Hello, welcome. Hi.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining, and we are just about to start. So.
Okay. Right. I might come back at in another 45 minutes.
Yeah, sure, madam.
Yes. Yeah.
So my presentation has to be pinned. Okay, layout. Okay, so are you able to see my presentation, right? So so this was 3-day meeting, and people are watching you on YouTube live as well. So let me pull out. the presentation mode. So you guys are seeing my presentation, right? So let me make full screen. Okay, so yeah, so day one went successfully.
Okay, so we are live now.
YouTube is running. Okay, so the day one has 5 speakers, and then day two has 5 speakers, starting with Professor Dr. Mrityunjay, and then Dr. Maxime will have from tell about UCSC genome browser, which is now developed for SARS-CoV-2 based one version where people can accelerate their COVID-19 genomic research using that. And then Dr. Saudamini, Professor Dr. Saudamini will be presenting drug prioritization against a non-structural peptide 1. And then Bhavesh will be presenting his team's drug repurposing, and at the end Ravi Tandon will Professor Ravi Tandon will give immunological aspects of the novel SARS coronavirus infection. And so these are if you see, these are the day one slides, and now we have in detail day two slides, as I have already told you. So with this, I'll just give you briefly what is Institute of Bioinformatics. Institute of Bioinformatics is a non-profitable organization, and it was started just after human genome sequencing, and under vision of Professor Dr. Akhilesh Pandey, who was at that point joined John Hopkins Institute in and then he set up an Translational Bioinformatics Institute. He is currently at Mayo Clinic in USA, and one of the pioneer paper was from this institute was from the human proteome, and then subsequently several others publications. So about 420 publications we have in this from 2002 onwards, and some has a massive impact in proteomics and other areas of multiomics. And we are recognized by our efforts been organized are recognized in terms of grants and support from various funding agencies, including Department of Biotechnology and Department of Science and Technology, and we are affiliated organization of Manipal Institute of Higher Education, and where our PhDs are registered, and they get their degrees and all. And we also get, so we have the faculties at Institute of Bioinformatics are adjacent faculty at this university, and the faculties are having if you go to ibioinformatics.org, faculties have a wide array of experimental and theoretical expertise, and I set up here a computational genome biology laboratory, and I will tell you tomorrow what exactly I am doing. But in way we are doing many things in genomics, say cancer genomics. We are trying to set up a genomics of omics and multi-omics approaches for neurological disorders. So the primary reason is that we have now a second laboratory in the India's pioneer neurological hospital in Nimnhans, and so we can get a good access of the samples. So that we have been working with the various hospitals in Bangalore, in India, in America, and we are now trying to establish with European hospitals as well. And I have a primary collaborator from France, Germany, Poland, Czech Republic, and I just joined last year here. I was in briefly I tell you that I was in working in from last almost 2 decades in Germany, and noticeable places I was in. I was in the German Cancer Research Center as a research scientist, where I developed familial cancer genomics pipeline, and we have analyzed over 300 different cancer families. And secondly, I also worked on University of Kiel, where we developed omics and multi-omics approaches for microbial genome analysis. And with this, I take the opportunity to uh, invite our first guest. Our first guest is uh, Professor Dr. Mrityunjay. Professor Dr. Mrityunjay is very well known scientist in India, and also recognized in the world. He did his PhD from University of he did his PhD from University of Delhi, and after that he has postdoc instincts in Switzerland, and after that he came all the way to Bhubaneswar in Orissa, where he set up single-handedly the School of Biotechnology at Kalinga Institute of Kalinga Institute of Technology and Kalinga Institute, Kalinga Group of, and School of Biotechnology itself become a brand ambassador of schools under his able guidance. And subsequently he went on, after establishing that, he went on and started developing academia industry relationship, entrepreneurship, and he is now heading entire entrepreneurial efforts in Kalinga Institute, as well as he is the heading several national and international committees on development of biotechnology and academia relationships. And he will give a talk about his experience in COVID-19 and other areas in biotechnology, where he's guided people, or his organization has put an effort to guide and provide support to the startups and companies to come up with the solutions. So please, Professor Mrityunjay, please go ahead and give your
Thank you.
views.
Thank you. Can you please stop your presentation, Abhishek?
Yeah. So now I am presenting, so I have to stop it. How to stop it? Okay. Exit. Just a minute. Maybe I have to first exit. Okay. Okay, so now it's stopped, right?
Is it visible now?
Let me also stop this. Yeah, you are visible
Hello?
to me, and yeah, you are visible to me, and
I don't see a slide. Are you trying to share slides?
Yes, but I think right now I got them.
yeah, some slow. It's slow actually.
So
Now it's working.
yeah. Can you see my slides now?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, good. So, very good afternoon to all of you, and you can call me Jay, and I am from Bhubaneswar, the east part of India. So, thank you, the IOB and Dr. Abhishek, for inviting me and all the speakers, all the audience listening to us. I'm going to give you a very brief presentation about what researchers and startups are building solutions for COVID-19 at the moment. Quite positive note on this because the whole world is going through crisis of pandemic COVID-19, and many of us are sleeping at home because of the scare of COVID-19 infection. So there are a lot of people are now in job. They have never taken a one-day holidays, and they've been really working hard and really built up the next generation companies and helping the country, the world, to get rid of COVID-19. So I come from I'm a professor, but I promote more of technology in the ecosystem. I come from a technology business incubator. Most of you know the TBI concept in the India at the moment, quite promising. Government is really pushing it forward. So KIT TBI, which is now a 10 years of old technology business incubator, has come up as an emerging biotech incubation ecosystem in the whole Eastern India. Now, I will give you only 2 minutes about what KIT TBI, what is done in one slide. In 2009, we started this in KIT University in Bhubaneswar. In 10 years of time, it has gone to a level where you can talk about 212 companies we have promoted. It's a quite huge setup. 85 companies moved out, they got graduated, and one of the company became 3,000 crores company. It means almost close to 500 million euro company. So we have been now recognized Center of Excellence because the good work we have done in incubation process, deep technology company we have promoted. And 4 verticals we have got. Biotech is one of the most promising one. So look at this, how you build an ecosystem in a university where students, faculties, outsiders, they come into picture, start discussing about a problem statement, and they build a solution through a process. So I call ecosystem development. That's what KTBI did in last 10 years and could build up such a humongous infrastructure, which is now nurturing next generation deep tech companies and also promoting companies which are building solutions from faculties, from scientists, from startups for COVID-19. I'll give you a couple of examples on those lines. That will set the stage for today because I'm not going to talk about the research part of it. So we built the ecosystem here in Bhubaneswar. Very, very, people don't imagine how Odisha look like. We don't talk about Odisha, but right now the incubation platform is quite popular in the country, and we are now reaching out to other international partners. We have built up the ecosystem, even a lot of funding coming from international, national funding agencies, private equity fund, mentorship program, a lot of funding, the smart capital raising platforms also we are building it up. A lot of things happening in this part of the ecosystem. Now, like other TBIs, we also provide a lot of supports, and that's how I'll hear any scientist, any innovator having any interesting ideas, and there's a potential for commercialization, building enterprise. You can really approach us. Now, let's give you a couple of examples how scientists, startups, and faculties can come forward and can build up solutions not only for COVID-19 for any crisis you're going to face. Because being a scientist, a startup, we cannot keep on complaining that the world is going through this crisis. Each one of us has some responsibility to come back and build solutions for all of us. Now, when in 2020, around March beginning, even the state government of Odisha, where I come from, approached us. There's a possibility that we need to build up in the incubation ecosystem a big facility for COVID-19 testing. Now, this was unusual for us because we are not tuned toward this BSL facility. We didn't have all those kind of stuff. But yes, we have been doing real-time PCR tests, and we've been doing a lot of other molecular diagnostic tests, not viral testing. Now, it was a urgency from the government of Odisha to build it up because they realized the laboratories what we have in the state is not up to, they cannot scale up to that level where every day we cannot do 5,000, 10,000 tests per day, which was the demand from the government of Odisha. Now, here I want to bring in a concept, how you build a team, taking off starters, faculties, researchers, PhD scholars, and build a platform which is providing solutions for COVID-19. So the strength what we had, because that's what the scientists should do today, not only doing on own research, but to build, to map the strength and weakness of each one of us in ecosystem. If you look at our capacity, we have strong biotechnology human resource with experience in diagnostics. We have several faculties that have been doing real-time PCR. They've got exposure to BSL-3, BSL-4 concepts, but we have not been doing in the facilities. We have experience in working in the BSL-2, 3,